good. Yay. All right. Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Good. Hi, everybody. I'm Shannon Lavriere. I am live and loving it tonight on Sunday Night Live. What I love to do on Sunday Night Live is connect people with some of those things that are going to keep them motivated for the rest of the week. And today I have a fantastic, exciting person to interview that's going to help you be motivated to achieve your dreams. We're going to do some interviewing over the course of the next few weeks to just try and talk with folks who are out there doing it, making it happen. So thanks for being here. Jackie, I love seeing you. I'm so glad you're here. Linda, thank you for being here. Now I'm going to see if I can get my friend Michelle. Gotta wait just a second. As soon as I see Michelle pop in, we'll be ready to get started. So I hope you guys have finished your Christmas shopping. How many? Thumbs up? Hearts? Are you doing it? Making it happen? Were you out there battling the crowds today? I was not. I have done 0. I have done, yes, you've been out there. Good for you. I've done none. I have done no Christmas shopping, but the mood will hit me, and when it does, I'm going to be out there tearing it up like the rest of the folks. I've got all the wrapping stuff. That was pretty exciting. I just don't actually have my list yet, so we'll be getting started on it soon. Let me see, is that Sarana Jane? I'm so glad you joined us, Sarana. I don't think I've seen you live yet, so thank you for being here. We're going to be talking tonight with a young lady named Michelle who has a terrific dream about how to eliminate this whole notion of bridezilla. I don't know if you guys ever see that on television, but it's ridiculous the way some of these people behave, and it's so unproductive, and it's so destructive to marriages and relationships. And she's got this fantastic dream that it can be different. And oh, Carol, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for jumping in. So anyway, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to peek in here. I'm going to see if I can tag Michelle so that she knows it's time to pop on. Let me see where we go. Let's see. While I'm doing that, you guys can chat among yourselves. I don't even know how that looks like. Here we go, Michelle Eberle. That should do it. All right. You guys are patient. Dang. All right. Yay, here we go. Michelle should be here shortly. I know some of you have been through a lot. This has been a tough week. It's been a tough week for me. People that I love passed away. It's been terrible. It's been challenging, but in a way, it's been inspirational too, because it is fantastic to see how people can rally together and actually share good in the midst of bad. And of course, that's the whole base of my support. How you can find the beauty in the midst of when things are going terrible, especially when we lose somebody that we love. So for those of you who are in the same boat, this time of year, it can be hard, but I want you to know that there are other people who are in it with you, and God's in it with you too. And so if you want to take a few minutes to mourn and be sad, you can do that, because God says He'll comfort you when you are. So I know that doesn't seem like the super encouraging note that we usually have on Sunday Night Live, but it is encouraging, because in the midst of our pain and our sorrow, we do have a way to, when we allow ourselves time to grieve and be sad, we have a way to connect with some of those things that also can help us to heal. So I hope that helps you as you move into this holiday season. Now, Michelle Eberle, where are you, my dear? If you're not here, I can't interview you. Hold on. Yeah, so Carol's chiming in and saying it's important to talk about it, and it absolutely is. Today, I was in church this morning, and the pastor was talking about how we can assume so much about people that they're feeling exactly the same way we are. So when we're in the midst of the holidays and we're having a grand time, it's just so easy to think everybody else is. Or when we're having a tough time, it's easy to think that everybody else is in the same boat. And he just talked about how important it is to be aware of the people around us and be in tune with them, that maybe they are not able to experience it the same way we are. Maybe they are having some sadness or having some challenges, or maybe they're a lot happier than we are. It does us some good as people to be able to connect with others, whatever emotion they're feeling at the time. So another little tidbit for this time of year, how to weather that sometimes that storm. And I'm just really glad that you're here. Glad that you joined us. And my friend Michelle is here, so I'm going to let her come on. And here she is. That's a drum roll. I'm waiting for the technology. She's almost here, folks. And there she is. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking me to be in here. I'm really excited. I'm glad we connected now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But we were having good conversation before you got here. Just talking a little bit about the season and how it can impact us, especially if we've lost somebody or we're experiencing some sadness, and how important it is to be able to connect with others and be able to kind of work through that. So it was good while we were waiting for you to pop in. But Michelle, I'd like you to introduce yourself to the Sunday Night Live family, if you will. Hey. All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
All right. So this is Michelle Eberle. And Michelle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a young graphic designer. Have a more meaningful day. Did I lose you? Are you still there?
You did. You kind of froze up. I'm here, but I can't see you
Okay.
sometimes. You're kind of going in. Wow. Are you still there?
Yeah,
You
I'm
guys are
here.
awesome. Hi, everybody. And the drum roll. Thank you. Okay. So, Michelle, are you having a signal issue or do you think things are cool now? Wow. And she's
We'll
here.
try that.
Okay. How's this?
We'll try that. Okay.
Are you settled? All right.
I think
So,
this will work.
okay. Start from the beginning. Who are you? What are you about? And then I will get into the fun part, which is me asking you questions that you don't know what I'm going to ask.
Ooh, okay. I'm Michelle Eberle, and my dream is to help brides and their entourage have a more meaningful day leading up to the wedding, and just that whole process of preparation rather than society tells you that you're not enough, that you have to have all these different things to have a beautiful wedding, is to embrace your God-given beauty and to embrace what God has gifted you with and to really get them in a more meaningful, intentional mindset for their big day.
Wow. Okay. So meaning and being intentional and mindset, these are all phrases that I love. So, how did you get started on this journey toward your dream of seeing brides experience their wedding preparation in this kind of way?
Well, uh, I was just married in 2017. So prior to that, I had been in 5 weddings in 1 year alone, which
Oh
is a
my God.
lot during the summer. It's like boom, 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 boom. A lot of my friends were getting married. So I got to experience from a bridesmaid's point the side of helping the bride, what the bride goes through, and seeing the good, the bad, and unfortunately the ugly in that. The political drama, the financial stress, all the pressure and burden on a bride. And then when it became my turn, I knew I needed some help on that. So I started looking for different resources to keep my heart in check and to just help me not be a bridezilla. I really wanted some accountability and just some good grounding on that. So leading up to my wedding, I started doing research for all this stuff, and I wasn't finding anything. And clear as day, I heard God say, Michelle, you're the one. You get to write it. And
Ooh.
so I was, yeah, that's kind of big. So I was like, you know what? Okay, God, I'll do it. I said, I'll do it, but you have to bless it. So I don't know what will come of it, but I'm just going to take that journey in faith
Yeah,
that that this is what is needed, that it's what's necessary for brides and their bridal party,
yeah.
and and I hope it blesses others. So that's where my dream comes from.
Okay, so yeah, it came out of your experience, and then your desire for something different. All right, so you had the inspiration. What was your motivation for actually following through on it? I mean, it sounds like if God says you're the one, you got to do it. That's pretty much motivation, right?
It is, but it was so much more too. I mean, the calling was huge for me on my life, and it really has given me a sense of like, okay, I'm on this mission, like I need to do this, but also my own experience. Brides go through surprisingly a lot of emotions, roller coaster emotions leading up to their wedding, and surprisingly you see many different sides of the people closest to you. um, I had someone I love tell me something very hurtful leading up to my wedding. And I cried for a full day over that. And it was just awful. And I thought, no bride should ever have to go through this. You
Yeah,
know, this is not what God intended. Like, oh my goodness, I'd never want a bride to feel that way. You always dream of this from the time you're a little girl.
yeah.
And you look forward to it, and for people to have such a horrible experience, like that's just heartbreaking to me.
So
Moreover, you have the pressures from, you know,
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
what?
Go ahead. We're talking over each
You
other,
know,
technology thing. Go ahead.
it's a little lag there.
That's all right.
On top of like your personal close people, and seeing different dynamics and like trying to figure out how to handle that. Um, you also have society telling you, oh, you should get a spray tan. You need to whiten your teeth. You need to grow your hair out longer. You need to bleach it. You need to be all these things for your wedding so you look great and put all these additional pressures on you,
Right.
which God never intended. So I really want to help um, other brides and their whole entire crew, their
Yes.
bride tribe,
Yes.
really have a wonderful, meaningful, intentional celebration of what God intended it to be, and really just help them keep their hearts in check throughout the whole process.
Okay. So, what is the name of this awesome concept that allows brides and their the people they've surrounded them with to have a wedding experience that's actually positive and pressure free? What's it called?
The Rebel Bride.
The Rebel Bride. I love it. I love it. Yeah, because it does. Your vision kind of swims against the tide, doesn't it?
It
So,
does. It's really countercultural.
right, right. All right. So, if I'm a rebel bride, what instead of the pressure and instead of the fake it till you make it approach, what am I going to get if I'm a rebel bride? How is the experience different for me?
Okay. Well, we're working on a book. I'm working on a book for brides and their whole entourage to read. But specifically for brides, I have this 30-day prayer devotional for them. It's a prayer journal that they can pray over their wedding 30 days leading up to it. And so it just helps them keep their heart in the right place, keeps their mindset on, things above. And so that way, when things do go wrong, they'll have anticipated it, they'll have prayed over it, they'll have just a whole different perspective on it. So it
Yeah.
doesn't ruin their day. On top
Yeah.
of that, the books, I also will be offering retreats for the bride and her entourage. And they'll get this whole wonderful pampering experience to bond with their bridesmaids in a very unique and meaningful bachelorette type party.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So you've got the dream that was born. You have inspiration. You're motivated. Now, what actions have you had to take to start turning this dream into reality? And what hurdles have you had to jump to get where you're at right now?
The biggest hurdle for me, honestly, has been fear. I've been so afraid that my dream, someone else would do it. So I've been afraid to put it out there. And that was one of the biggest hurdles of getting over and saying, no, God gave me this vision. I have this perspective. Even if they do it, it's not going to be the same. And
Right.
that's okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, that
So
fear
that's,
that somebody's going to steal your great idea. But this is, and
mhm.
so Facebook family who's watching, I want you to consider the craziness of that idea. I am so afraid that somebody is going to steal my awesome, great idea that I'm going to tell nobody about my awesome, great idea. And so my awesome, great idea will never happen. And then nobody can steal it, but nobody gets to get the benefit either, right? It's that twisted thinking that gets us trapped sometimes. I can't tell anybody, which means if you can't tell anybody, you can't change anybody. So crazy, but I'm so glad that you recognized it. How do you deal with it? What are some of the actions you take for yourself that says, you know what, I'm not letting this stop?
One of the actions I've taken is that I've gotten my mentors together in a little group, and I'll talk to them periodically about my status, about my progress, about what I'm doing, asking them for encouragement and help, just any questions. I think that's important.
Yes.
And yeah, and just really trying to take it step by step, just one little more step, just one little baby step, and not feeling overwhelmed with the whole big picture.
Right. So what you're describing is so practical, Michelle, that you take those actions, break them into small pieces, and then do one step at a time. But then you have surrounded yourself with mentors and people that are going to help you to process it, hold you accountable for, hey, how's it going? Um, checking in. I know I have done that from time to time. Hey, how's the Rebel Bride? Because I love to hear the updates, but it is so delightful to work with people who have dreams and who are willing to do the sometimes uncomfortable things to make them happen. Awesome, awesome. So, Michelle, in 5 years, what do you see the Rebel Bride look? Your dream, what do you see it being in 5 years?
Woo! I see big conferences for brides and their whole entourage in stadiums, in giant churches,
Wow.
big just big. I see it big. I see books. I see traveling across the country to speak to help brides, and I I see that there will be a lot of tears and a lot of laughter. Um, and at the end of the day, the goal is to bring them stronger, to bring them together, and to
Yeah.
make them a stronger unit. That there will be no jealousy, that there will be no envy, that, the hardship will be understood and hearts will just really bond through that
Awesome.
process.
I love that vision. I love it. And Michelle, I'm so thankful to be a part of your journey and that you've shared your journey with us. Folks, that's a big dream, but it will happen because you're taking action toward it. And I just want to encourage anybody who's watching, it's okay to have a dream. You are allowed to have a dream, and it can be big and fantastic, and you can accomplish it, but you won't accomplish it all by yourself. You will need those people around you, like Michelle says, the mentors and coaches that are going to help you to stay on track, ask you those fantastic. Michelle, thank you. Thank you. And I'll share this with Facebook folks. Um, be on the lookout. I'm going to be posting a Facebook event this evening, actually. And
Yeah.
yes, I am having a New Year's Eve party, and Michelle is going to be there. And we are going to have the best time because this party is for people who have big dreams and who are ready to make them happen. So instead of just partying, which is fine, there'll be plenty of people partying on New Year's Eve. But instead of just partying, we're going to party with a purpose. And we are going to I'm going to equip people to accomplish their dreams, identify what it is they need to do, and we're going to develop with the people who are there a sort of an accountability partnership with folks that is going to help people to actually get where they want to go. Now, Jackie has a great comment here. She says, amazing vision, incredible to know where you want to end up. Yeah, that's so true. I agree. So that is amazing, Michelle. And you have a vision too. Everybody here has something that they wish could happen. And if you want to get started on it, New Year's Eve is going to be a great time. We're going to have food, we're going to have games and fun, but it's all going to be designed to get people to actually see their resolutions happen instead of start strong on the January 1st and by January 30th, you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. Maybe next year. We don't want that. We want people to actually what they set out to do. So that's what the New Year's Eve party is. It's a New Year's Eve party slash workshop, but don't tell anybody. If you're wondering, there wasn't any drink. Turns out drinking and work don't mix, but it will be fun. Michelle, what do you have to say? I can see it.
Let me add to that. It will be results, not resolutions, because
Ooh,
I've talked with Shannon about this event and it's going to be fantastic. So if you have a dream, you better be there. I will be there because it's going to be great. You're going to get so much more from that one night. It's actually going to make an impact throughout your entire year, the whole following. It's going to set the tone for 2019 for you.
yes.
And on top of that, you will get accountability through this group throughout 2019. I
Yeah,
don't think Shannon mentioned that part, and I'm probably spoiling a little bit, but it's
it
going to be fabulous. And
will be good.
there's so much more value. It lasts beyond that night. So, a little bit of an investment on your New Year's at night. Who doesn't want to start off the New Year's with such a great vision, especially if you don't know what it is yet, or if you have this thing, burning desire on your heart? This is the place to be. And hurry up and sign up because it's going to be fabulous.
It will be fun. I'm excited. Michelle, thank you so much. Thank you, Facebook folks, for chiming in. As always, I love the hearts and the thumbs up and all of that. It helps us to know. And just so you know, coming up this week on a whole different topic, I am going to I'll do a Facebook Live. I'll send out a note about it before I do it. But I want to talk heart to heart with the people who are struggling with loss this Christmas season. I just want to talk to you heart to heart, give you some hope and some comfort, and give you some words of encouragement as we all traverse this complicated business of it's supposed to be happy, but I'm sad time of year sometimes. So if you or somebody you know are struggling with loss, be on the lookout. I'll post it on my Support Life page when we're going to be doing it. And we'll spend 15, 20 minutes sometime this week to talk about that, how to deal with those kind of heavy stuff. So thank you all for being here. Michelle, again, thank you for the Rebel Bride and the great vision you have. And for the rest of you, I hope that you'll join us at the New Year's Eve Dream Party slash workshop. It is about results, not resolutions. I hope to see you all there. I love you. Bye.
Bye.